Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Getting this quickly to Berrios. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there for L.A. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward, fighting him off. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 20-yard line.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Baron Browning on the stop.
Out of the gun, Herbert.
3rd and 4.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Touchdown, Chargers! A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now Wilson. This will be caught. Judy. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it?
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. Touchdown! Albert Okwuegbuna, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, if you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Herbert off of play action. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They snap it to Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. Fights through him. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. And a really unbelievable play there on 4th and long. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
That's another.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up second down.
At the Broncos' 10-yard line.
Now a handoff looking right. And he stopped immediately there.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up third down and 5.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Flushed out right. Herbert has it knocked free.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. 2nd down and goal. Herbert escaping the press. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Man open left side, it's Williams. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Flush to his right. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. McManus's point after is good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a throw here to his running back, and they're able to get this one across the 35.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 34-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And to give this time to the tailback. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And able to connect with Berrios. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Herbert on first down now. Forced out to his left. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. Touchdown, Chargers! Ja'Marr Chase, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. That's complete, Okuegbunam. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Broncos.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Wilson. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Now it's Wilson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. He's airing it out for Williams. And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 7 yards, the pickup there. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful.
Touchdown, Broncos! Albert O, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd.
Brandon McManus to kick off 4th and 3.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play there on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. Rolling to his right. Lets this go for Renfrow downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Herbert now. He'll buy some time right. And he's got it. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up. And that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good position to be in here, second and inches. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
On first down, Wilson. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That's caught left side by Judy. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. To throw again is Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. Touchdown! Javonte Williams. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Into the secondary past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
A gain of 3, second down.
Second and 7.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. They'll roll him out right. This is swung out to Eckler. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And the Broncos are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Midge used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Through the contact, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They run it again with Williams. Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wilson. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. They'll try and run. This is Williams. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Williams will try again. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. And his kick is right there. It's good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
The Charger drive about to get going. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play.